Today we're looking at patch 1.12 in WWE 2K24. They fixed some stuff. AI people are tagging each other now. It's wonderful. The first thing though we are going to look at is the roundup for all of the My Faction content that you can expect and what is launching today and what is coming up in a few weeks. The first thing we're looking at is the My Faction Supercard themed cards. These are going to be out as of right now, and you're going to be able to use the locker code Supercard 2K24, use that in My Faction, and you'll be able to unlock yourself a whole pack of cards that include Joe Gacy, George the Animal Steel, Isla Dawn, and Nikki Cross. On top of that, 2K revealed their July events for My Faction, so if you guys play regularly or you're jumping in, you're going to be able to take advantage of the following events. So the Supercard event is going to be happening with the boss battles on July 9th through July 31st. They then move on to the Demastered event, which encore boss battles are included from July 19th to July 29th. Then we have Money in the Bank encore boss battles. Money in the Bank's very over. July 27th to August 17th. And then they have the iconic moments for the boss battle, July 27th to August 5th. Now, not only are they doing these events going on right now and the super cards that you can get, they also have new Persona cards and existing ones too that have been updated. So remember recently they revealed and released the Chad Gable Persona cards and Becky Lynch 2018 Persona cards. Those are now available in the card market to purchase. They did it. You could finally straight up buy the Persona cards for Becky Lynch and Chad Gable. This is a good move because this is what players like myself have asked for, which is just put them in the card market and let me just buy it. Unfortunately, there's a few little problems in my eyes. Now, as a fan and as a person who's got money if I want to spend it or not, I don't like this approach because the problem I have is, and I feel like a broken record when I say this, the Persona cards for Becky Lynch and Chad Gable, they're a little expensive. I know, I was surprised too. I couldn't believe that they would charge us an obscene amount of money to be able to get these unlocked in the game. Now, to be fair, you can totally grind this out and you can go and use your My Faction points or your virtual currency that you already have, or just keep grinding out in the game, collect more, and you can and will eventually, and you might already have enough points in your little piggy bank, you can unlock these cards and you'll be able to play them in the game. But the pricing for these models is really, really high. So to get Becky Lynch, it's 130,000 My Faction points or 117 virtual currency. And for Chad Gable, well, it's 100,000 in My Faction points or 90,000 virtual currency. Depending where you live, what your dollar is, this is between $30 and $40 to be able to purchase these Persona cards and have them in the base game. This is a lot. This is a lot to ask for. And again, you can grind this out and get them for free by just playing the mode over and over again. You'll eventually get there. But if you're somebody who might just be interested in buying these, it's a lot to ask for these two cards. My other issue with this, and we talk about Persona cards and the goods and the bads, but one of the issues here is that we don't have the other ones available to purchase. Where's Roman Reigns with the man bun? Where's The Rock from the Vegas press conference? Where is Shield version Seth Rollins, the Trick Williams with the boxing gloves? Where are all those? They're not in the card market. You can't purchase those ones. So they went ahead with these. Maybe they're gonna give us the other ones at a later point, but it seems like at this stage in the game, literally in the game, you should be having all of these Persona cards available to purchase, put them in there. Now you can actually use that Persona tab in the filters and you can see those two cards are there. I don't know why 2K does this, where they put in the two cards, but not the other ones that people have been trying to get, haven't been able to get, like Seth Rollins Shield version since day one of the game being released. It doesn't make much sense to me. Not only that though, the pricing is really, really aggressive for someone who just wants to buy it, which tells me that 2K is looking at it like, well, we'd much rather people just keep grinding and playing the game, collecting points, so the longer they're in our mode, then they can get these things unlocked versus just straight up buying it. But that either way, they get the money. I also kind of understand though, if they're pricing these things as high and aggressive as they are, because you hear stories of players spending $500, $800, $1,000 just spent on virtual currency to get different Persona cards in the game. It seems silly. I also don't quite like it, everybody, because you do have players out there that try to grind, that put in the hours for these events, that work hard to, unlock them normally in the game, and then 2K comes out after and they're like, yeah, you could just buy it anyway. I don't know what the answer is anymore. I just know that the price is way too high. If you sold me Becky Lynch for $5, I'd probably buy it outright, but I don't want to spend $40 on an alternate model of Becky Lynch. Now, the fun doesn't just stop there when it comes to Persona cards. No. We do have more coming down the pipe, but before we do that, we gotta thank today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Royal 888. Royal 888 is partnering up with VIP Bets for sports betting platform, and they are able to take online sports betting to the next level, offering wages for a large variety of sports and different interests. So if you are somebody that enjoys things like myself, where it's MMA, boxing, esports, those betting options are available to you to take advantage of. The website is intuitive, easy to use, and great for you to be able to access for different things that you're interested in, such as the various viewing options under the live events. There's pre-match sections and allows you to manage all of your bets that you have placed. The Royal 888 online casino is a lot of fun as well. For somebody like myself, I actually do enjoy going over to the casinos and being able to play a couple of slot machines or play a game of poker. Blackjack is actually one of my personal favorites, but I'm not very good at it. But Royal 888 does a great job by having a variety of gambling options available to you all on their website. On top of the sports betting, they offer a variety of the casino games, including the slots, the poker, baccarat, blackjack, and more. What's also really cool is that they take it a step further and they allow these casino games available virtually through live streams. What's really cool too is that for new users like yourself, you sign up and you'll be able to get a first-time deposit bonus. This is of 100% matching the user's deposit of up to $1,000. The platform's available across different countries as well: Canada, New Zealand, Ireland, for example. The platform holds licenses with both the Kanawaka Gaming Commission and Kurikeiko. All players must be 18 years of age or older to play. If you're interested, check out the link in the description for Royal 888. Please play responsibly and enjoy some online play. So in a future update, we are going to see 2 more Persona cards added in, and these ones I got a little bit of a problem with. Not much, but just a little. So the first one is going to be Jean-Paul Levesque, Triple H himself, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and I'm glad that he's going to be in the game. We had him in, is it 2K22 or was it 23? One or the other. You guys let me know in the comments. But Jean-Paul Levesque, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he was available in My Rise in the previous game. Now he's a Locked My Faction Persona card. Now I hope it will come with his classic theme song, the Trons, the motion, all of it. Probably cost us $40 to $50 to be able to get him, but I digress on that fact. But the point is, he was in My Rise. He was an unlockable character in the My Rise mode. If you just played it, you would get him in a side mission. Now they've shifted it, and now he is going to be made available in a Persona card that you are ultimately going to grind or buy to get. That I don't like at all, because he was in the game previously, the model is there, and this is the concern I have when you get into like next year and beyond, is that whatever they don't utilize or they want to recycle stuff from the previous game, they don't put them in the base game for players, they keep them yanked out, and then they just put them into Persona cards and My Faction stuff and get you to buy that way. Just sell me a $5, $10 DLC pack with Paul Levesque and Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, and a bunch of other ones. Just sell me a DLC pack. I'd be more than happy to do that. But I don't like the direction they're doing with that, because I feel like you're holding back on this side and then you're slapping it over here and expecting players to buy it all over again. That's the other thing though, overall with this entire Persona card My Faction thing going forward and looking in the crystal ball into the future a little bit, is that everything just, it's expired. You play this year's game, you spend real money, or you grind out all your time and effort to get these Persona cards, and then the next game comes out and those are all expired, they don't carry over, you can't use them next year, and it's a giant bummer. The other thing with those Persona cards, the Jean-Paul Levesque one specifically, it's probably going to be locked for the attire and what you can edit, because we've seen that with the previous Persona card models. You can't alter the attires like The Rock and Roman Reigns. You can't change it. So if you're gonna get Jean-Paul Levesque, I'm betting you can't change his gear, which is a bummer, because maybe you want to make him look like DX Triple H and do that, which kind of wish we would still get in the game, but yet we won't. The other model that they're going to be releasing is going to be Batista 2008, which is, again, it's another character, it's another superstar we have seen in the previous year's games, and now they're putting it in as a Persona model. If you like My Faction, it's up your alley. If not, it's no good to you. But what might be good to you is going to be these patch notes. So we did get just a tiny little patch, and I did some digging to see if anything above and beyond was fixed, and as far as I can see, No, nothing else has been corrected other than these glaring issues. So the first one being for general fixes, they address reported concerns over AI becoming unresponsive in certain situations. This is the case when it comes to universe mode especially. I did test out universe mode tag team matches and simulated them as AI versus AI, and the match works. The AI is responsive, the AI actually fights, and they do tag each other. It's a miracle. We're on track again slightly. Now, just because I know some of you in the comments are going to sit there and you're going to go, all right, I'm going to get my keyboard out and I'm going to start doing my typies to Matt over here about all the things that are still broken in the game. I hear you. There's plenty to go around, my friend. But at least for right now, we are back to what the game should be in a normal state. Yes? There you go. The other thing that they fixed was going to be the concern over AI repeatedly dropping the weapon. So you'd be doing any weapons match, watching the AI go at it, and just pick up and drop, pick up and drop. That is now corrected too. The only other thing that they added in was the support for the upcoming My Faction content that we did talk about. So they're doing some stuff, not everything. We have to wait for the DLC to come out, which is going to be the Pat McAfee Show pack. That one is going to include probably more content in there and more My Faction content with it. Now, speaking of that pack, Joe Mashups online, he did find these screenshots that you could see here of the renders for the Pat McAfee Show pack and all the little buddies you got there. Because in this pack that's coming out July 24th for the Pat McAfee Show pack, you're getting Pat McAfee himself, Ty Schmidt, Boston Connor, AJ Hawk, Darius Butler, and the My Faction content. This is the least anticipated DLC pack out of all of them for a lot of players. At least here in the community, the consensus seems to be that most people are not excited to play as this other than getting their hands on Pat McAfee. I'm excited to play as Pat. It's been a couple of years. It's finally due to have him in the game. I don't like that the non-wrestling people are in the video game. I don't feel as a consumer that I'm getting the value out of that because I'd rather have those spots go to wrestlers. Like, I don't know, 4 or 5 people from NXT you could put in there, or other legends, or I don't know, spin a wheel and pick a wrestler. That's where I'm at with this pack. So I'm not really interested in this pack, and I do think it's kind of a waste of money, and I don't understand why they would be willing to go ahead with this, but probably a WWE call. My only hope, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the Pat McAfee Show pack, is that 2K, the devs over there, the fantastic people on the other side, that I hope that they can listen and they will give the players a few little bonuses when it comes to the release of this DLC pack, like they did with the ECW Punk pack, and also when they did it with the last DLC pack, the Post Malone and Friends pack, we got like the megaphone is playable, used as a weapon in there. That stuff's really cool. And the ECW Punk pack, you got the door, you got a light tube, you got a baseball bat covered in barbed wire. Those are awesome free additions that we weren't expecting, and I think that's great. Let's do more of that with considerably the worst DLC pack that's about to drop. And what I would like as a fan, and you guys comment below, what would you like to see added above and beyond? Personally, I'd like to see maybe a couple more weapons. Thumbtacks would be an excellent addition if we were allowed to do that. I would love thumbtacks. I think that it'd be really, really good if they gave us updated Raw and SmackDown 2024 arenas. The arenas are exactly the same. We don't have to change anything other than the LED boards going around. Make them black with the red Raw logo, call it a day. That's all I would want. But that's not all of that. Let me tell you, you guys can go and click over here if you want to watch more stuff on 2K24, and do me a favor and hit that notification bell that's at the bottom there. That helps support the channel so you're subscribed and you're up to date on everything we launch here on the channel. Have a great day. See ya.